It was wintertime on the island of Sodor. The engines loved the wintertime, but snow made it complicated for them to do their jobs. What made things worse was shunting engines were sent to clear the snowdrifts blocking the line, and engines had to fetch their own train, which made them late to their work. The Fat Controller saw this and came up with a solution at Tim's sheds.
Sir, what brings you here?
It is pretty late.
Well, I couldn't help but notice that the engines who pull goods and passengers on the main line aren't arriving on time. So, I've called an old friend to help in the yard.
Who is, sir?
Oh, is it Steppy? That buffoon who took my coaches? Samson?
The works, Diesel? It's a surprise. You'll know by morning. Now get some sleep. Tomorrow is a busy day.
The Fat Controller went home. The following day, Thomas, James, and Gordon arrived at Nefer Station to see their trains waiting for them. They were most surprised.
Oh, thank God. Shunting was spoiling my paintwork. It's like anything that has to do with hard work spoils your paintwork.
What's R&B's?
You think you're so smart.
Some things never change, came a voice. And from the siding came Wilbur, the forest engine.
Well, I'll be. Good to see you, Wilbur.
Good to see you too, Thomas.
Foaming at the funnel, old friend.
Only if you're still losing domes.
Good one, Wilbert.
Where do you think you'll be staying?
How long the snow will last, most likely.
We're glad to have you. Keep up the good work, Wilbert.
With that, the engines puffed away. Throughout the day, Wilbur did his course of shunting in the station, preparing trains for later engines. He was having fun and he was enjoying himself. Wished he could take his own train out on the line. But then there was trouble. The storm started to grow worse. Thick clouds of snow blocked the line. Engines were making their way to safety. Wilbur was still marshalling the yards.
Wilbur, what are you doing?
I'm just marshalling this last train. Why?
There's a bad storm coming, and we're all headed to Tidmouth so we can avoid it.
It's supposed to top all snowstorms. Oh, I'll talk to the station master to see if I can go.
Good thinking. We'll see you there. Be safe.
Oh, I will. And same to all of you. Wilbur was fitted with a snowplow to the journey to Tidmouth when his driver came with mixed news. Emily's fire won't start, so she can't deliver the train. So the station master asked us if we could, then we could go to Tidmouth. Sounds like a plan. I just hope I don't get into trouble on the way. Wilbur was coupled to the train, and then he set off to the diesel works. He was making good time, but the snow got heavier and heavier, and he could barely see. How you holding up, old boy? These mountains are just getting bigger and bigger, and I can barely see. Then there was trouble. Up ahead, a snowdrift had fallen on the line, and Wilbert was heading there, slipping on the icy rails. Oh, help, he cried. Wilbert braked hard, but his driver jumped clear, and he ended up smashing right into the snowdrift. Oh no. Driver, can you phone for help? There's no phone poles in sight, and it's a deathlock if we go too far. We might not be able to find you, old boy. We can't give up. We can't let this train go undelivered. What about the guard? Maybe he has something. The driver went to go inspect with the guard, but the two noticed something. A shadowy figure started to approach them in the distance. Wilbur trembled. He couldn't see what it was, but it only turned out it was none other than Diesel himself. Oh, hello. You kinda gave me a fright there.
What's else, isn't it? Are you the engine supposed to take the train to the diesel works?
Yes, I am.
Were you late?
Well, it's not my fault, you see. I was...
It's lucky for you, I was just on my way back. I will push you.
The men worked fast. Couplings were attached between Diesel and the brake van, and Diesel pushed. And he pushed, and he pushed, and he pushed as hard as he could, until finally, Wilbert was set free. Engines didn't want to stop there, so they sped on. They sped down the line until finally they reached the diesel works. The diesels there cheered and horned as Wilbert and Diesel sauntered in. Everyone cheered. They were extremely grateful. Diesel, why don't you come back to the sheds with me? Though Wilbert's offer was kind, Diesel refused. Next morning, everyone praised Wilbert warmly. Emily was glad Wilbert was alright, but she felt bad that he had to be stuck in the cold with her train.
You just stay in today and we'll handle everything.
I concur. You did an excellent job yesterday. I'm very glad you'll be staying with us for a while.
Thanks, sir, but I wouldn't have gotten there if it wasn't for Diesel. He really helped me out.
Diesel helped you?
I guess every engine has their day. I'm very proud of you, Diesel. Expect a reward coming your way.
3 cheers for Diesel and Wilbert.
And all the engines cheered and whistled. Diesel kept a straight face, but inside, he felt very pleased with himself.